Hello and welcome to episode 4. Today is going to be kind of a hodgepodge of a lot of stuff. I started to set up a bulk storage system and I basically ran out of iron. Bought the shopping district out of iron and yeah, so I need to eventually set up an iron farm obviously. So we're going to start out by grabbing some villagers here. The first thing I'm going to set up is a villager breeder. And I'm not just going to build one and slap a building around it. I want to make it more interesting. So let me show you what I got going on. I got super lucky that village was actually really close and it was really close to this river. So I had to cut out a few spots, but here's what I devised to get this guy up there. So basically just put some soul sand and put source blocks all the way up. So there, now we're at their level that we need. So here's what I did. I built a little bit of barn. This is still kind of a work in progress, but I just wanted to get a little bit something up. So let me show you what's going on here. So I put campfires up here as kind of like an awning. All right, so the main idea is I'm going to have two guys in here. This guy needs to switch over to the composter, and I hope I don't have to actually go over to the village and get rid of the table he's already using. But yeah, so I'll have two guys in here. They'll make the babies. Babies want to jump on beds, and they'll drop down. And there we go. So this was originally done by LogicalGeekBoy. And I think he had 4 beds, but I went with 3. I'm basically going to hide it with hay bales here, so you'll never see it. And 3's only needed because there's going to be 2 guys out there and 1 baby. Maybe if you wanted to start cranking them out, maybe a 4th bed is needed, but I don't need to crank them out. I just need a handful of people. I'll eventually get a trading hall going, but yeah. So let's go take a look. So I kind of did a little bit of a decoration here. I need more hay bales, and luckily I found 21 more, so that's good. So I need to get it set up so that they travel off. I actually need to get that number of how far I need to send them off. But yeah, that's the general idea. So I'm going to send them off, and then I'm going to make like a minecart pickup system so I can send them to where they need to go. So let me check how far this needs to go, and I'll be right back. I don't know if you've noticed. Does my voice sound better? I actually went out and got another microphone, and this isn't paid by Sweetwater, but I buy all my stuff from Sweetwater. Those guys are amazing over there. So yeah, I actually bought an Electrovoice RE20 running through a Cloudlifter CL1, and I already had the audio interface. I actually do modular synthesizers. I build them, but I had a Motu 828ES, so I love this so far. My main reason for buying one is I got sick of hearing my keyboard and mouse through, and it was a Blue Snowball Ice is what I was using before. It was just picking up way too much, and I could just move my head slightly and the audio would actually be dim. So I hope this one is actually better. So far, I love this thing. It took me a little while to get set up. So I was actually using the noise suppressor inside of OBS and doing compression and all that stuff inside my editor. So now everything's outboard. So compressor, limiter, all that stuff is, and EQ is done through the Motu audio interface. So I hope this is better. Yeah, so I went and got another villager, and here's what I found from the wiki. So a village is considered basically 32 blocks from a bell or bed. So I don't have a bell. I could actually probably put a bell way over here and maybe it would be considered. So that might actually help the situation. But the bed's inside, so it'll be 32 from the bed. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this thing up and have the guys collect here. And since those guys are half block, I need to put something over here. But yeah, I'm just going to collect them here. And if I end up collecting more than 2, then, hey, I don't have to travel off 32 blocks. So yeah. Originally, I did not have this set up here, but I was thinking, lightning, it probably won't happen. But I'm going to put it over there anyways, because Look what happened to my pig pen. I no longer have any pigs. So lightning strikes, and if I'm not mistaken, it will actually convert anything in 3-block radius. So it must have gotten really lucky and just hit right in the middle and converted every single one of my pigs. So yeah, I've got a bunch of pigmen now. That'll be really helpful. All right, so these guys are not doing what they're supposed to. So I heard there's been a problem with the beds. If there's not space beside them, then this basically, oh, so I made space there and I made space there. So this one here does not seem to have enough space beside it. Hey, there we go. I figured it out. And went to where he belongs. Nope, he didn't. Thought I saw him drop down. Oh, whoops. Down. There you go. Okay, so what I did is I opened up these so they could think that I could see it. There's something weird going on here. I mean, obviously the babies can fit through here, so that's probably bad. Let me mess around with this and see if I can fix this. Alright, so since the baby villager is right down below, I think all 3 of these beds are occupied. So I put another bed to try a test, but this guy's just really fixed. So that's probably the mom, and she's trying to get to the baby. And what I noticed is she kind of got jammed up into this corner and just would not move. So watch this. If I replace this right here. Well, at least in my test, she went away. There we go. Okay, so that unsticks her. So yeah, it basically kind of looked like she might have had a path down to there, and she just would not move. So now they're actually talking, so maybe another baby will come up. So let me remove this and see if 3 are going to be enough. I have a feeling that the baby down below is going to occupy this one, but I'm just trying to do some random tests here. So here's what I did to fix the situation I had where the baby kind of just went over this trapdoor. Put another trapdoor just right above it. So this one here is so that the big ones... Oh, look. That seemed to have worked out. Nice. I didn't know that was going to happen so quickly. Okay, so what was I saying? So anyways, this trapdoor here is for the big ones not to walk in. Obviously, the babies are smaller, so they see the beds. They can walk over these 2 trapdoors. There you go. So I have one there and one there. So basically, it seems like, you know, tricks them into thinking that they can pathfind it. So I had one there. The villagers couldn't get through it, but the smaller, you know, the babies were getting up in that area. So I just put another trapdoor there. And there we go. So we now have 2 babies down here. Okay, so that's working out great now. So it seems that in my experiment here is that they need to think that they can get to all 3 of the beds. So before I had blocks here and here, they could probably only see one of the beds, and so they weren't popping out babies. So that seems to be a fix for at least this. And I actually like this. The fact that the kids are bound to jump on the bed, so they're going to run across here. All right, doing a little bit of an experiment here. So I basically blocked off this side and that side, so there's no spots off to the sides of the beds. And I walked away for, I don't know, the better part of 30 minutes and no babies down below. All right, I finally got this thing working pretty good. So let me show you inside here real quick. So I did add a second composter. What I'll probably do is just line this wall down here so it looks a little bit more symmetrical. All right, so I basically filled in the sides here. And so you can see that these are this way. The middle one's open. And then these are just at the top of this block here. Yeah, it seems like both of the parents can actually see the beds. Oh, and see, I put the beds here. I'm going to try them one more time, all in a line. But everything that I've read, they need space, so it can not be pushed here. So you see there's 2 spaces for that bed, 2 spaces for that bed on either side, and then 2 spaces for that one. So, yeah, that's a little bit different from any of the designs that I've had tried, but I tried it the other way and it just seemed to not work. So let's see if I can actually get out of here. Oh, it's nighttime. That's why they're pushing. Okay, so down below it's just basically the baby drops into a stream. I go out 8, and then there's a water source here. Go out another 8. Fence post, sign with a water source right above that sign. And that didn't seem to work very well, so I need to recheck this design here. Okay, because that's connecting. Okay, so the one problem that I found with this is that the little baby thinks he can run on this and then just kind of get stuck on the side. So I think probably what the best thing to do is put trapdoors like this one on both sides, and then just run the water source off from one side. So let's see if actually this guy goes down inside correctly before he grows up. Okay, so you saw him run in. It's probably okay this way. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I may just change this up just so that it's perfect. And then you saw in that last clip, the baby actually ended up with the adults. And what had happened is that I actually had this thing too high. So there should be a 2 gap from, he's basically, if you can see right there, there's actually the fence. So there's 2 gap, not 1. His head was sticking up here and they were basically just growing up into there. So, all right, I don't know if you caught that real quick, but the baby already went down inside. So change this up. It was going to work with just having a single slot here, but this is guaranteed. The baby pretty much just goes straight for the bed. Doesn't matter which slot he takes, he's actually going to go down. So yeah, just put trapdoors on this side, took out the ones in the middle. So pretty much we just have the ones here down so that the adults can't go through. And as a matter of fact, it wouldn't matter whether you had them open or not. They're going to hit their heads on here. So for aesthetic reasons, I don't know which way I like better. All right, so let's go take a look down. Oh, so I did composters on the bottom. I actually really like that look. I may actually use that as the siding because this stripped dark oak, it's okay. I like that contrast with the white against the dark oak, but this is just too muddy, but we'll try it out later. So yeah, because I had to move this hallway over, this is kind of all janky now. So I originally had, this is a shelf. This is just hanging out now. I don't like that. But it is what it is. And of course you see that. So the door is the same now. Okay, so you can see the baby hanging out there now. So yeah, what I did is a 2x3 down here and just took water out of each corner, so no matter where he lands, it gets pushed over there. And I was messing with the water. I moved it here, and the baby actually was able to fit down in there, but with the water on it, they don't fall down. So it's gonna be interesting when that guy grows up to see if he pops out or if he actually gets suffocated. So let's go take a look at the delivery system here. So this is 5 by 3 wide. And the water source that's above their head here pushes them into that corner. And then 2 power rails here, and then just off to wherever you need to take them. Okay, yeah, so basically because of that water source, they get pushed over to this corner and they pick up pretty much every single time. So that's going to be cool. Did enough fumbling around trying to get this running. Let's do something else now. Well, I lied. We're not going to something else. I swapped out some of these for the composter. And although I really like that it looks like boards, it does not work with this color combo. So I'm going to use that for a future. That's awesome. So what should we use? Okay, so that is the stripped dark oak. That is stripped spruce. Oh, it's just horrendous against that. I actually kind of like the oak. So going with the kind of the light against the dark, I actually think I'm going to swap this thing out for stripped oak. So let me do that and I'll be back with you. All right, so as you saw there, the villager grows up and his head gets stuck in the water. And then he just goes into the corner. All right, so we got this thing fully working now, and I hope you guys at least enjoyed the inner workings of my brain as I troubleshooted this. Yeah, hopefully the episode's good. So I ended up doing 3 wide trapdoors all the way across. These don't matter as long as they're on the top of this block so that these guys can't get through. I'm going to close them just for aesthetic reasons. So this is pretty standard. Just 9x9 crop. I did remove, actually let me show that real quick. I did remove the post in between the middle. All the designs I see online do that, and I just put them in the walls. They can still get to them even though this is flat. As long, you can't put it on the second level, as long as it's on the down below and they can get to it, then it's all good. So yeah, that just looks better without the post in. So got the lanterns lighting everything up. Now this actually looks nice. I changed the, what was it? Stripped dark oak out for oak. And take a look. It looks so much better. I think the roof may need to be changed out, because if you look at this, this looks more like oak to me. It's okay. I may change out the roof, but yeah, let's go down and take a look down below real quick. Oh, so one thing I didn't show you is this other side. So I wanted to collect carrots. So I got one guy out here as a farmer. And I've seen designs where they put stack mine carts. I'm trying to be aesthetic. This seems to be working. I'll show you down below, but it's basically it's just 2 hoppers. I'll show you the other side here. And this guy, doesn't matter what he is, but I just did barrels because this side's kind of barrels and this side's hay. This kind of got blocky as I was arranging the beds. And the beds, I'm leaving them this way. That way, this bed, you can hop out here, you can hop out here. I had them side by side, and these guys just seem to not work as good, so... Yeah, so this box got a little bit blocky, and I wish I would have made this building wider now, but it's okay. It just looks like they're doing storage. So yeah, just back to this. So I just put 2 hoppers there. I don't know if this guy is catching a lot of them, but I'm getting some, and that's really all that matters. I did put a hopper here because I've noticed that I was picking up carrots. Those guys, if they're really close to the edge up top, we're throwing them down. But so far, I haven't gotten any carrots in here, so that's good. And then I need to pick up, do a better pickup system here. These are the ones for above, throwing carrots, and I don't know, 10 minutes ago I had 40, and now I have a whole lot more. So it's working. It may not be super efficient, but it's working good. Okay, so you saw the system. Actually, let's go ahead and just reiterate so you get the final look on it. So put the water in the sides. There's no source here, so it goes out and then drops down. But this one is important that it goes all the way. I had it stopping on this block before, so now the idea is that you get totally pushed up. I've noticed that they like to hop on the bottom, but as soon as they grow up, their heads get stuck in there and they go to their destination. I haven't had any problems whatsoever on that one. And then nothing's changing here. The pickup system is pretty much flawless. Every time I poke that button, it happens. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call this an episode. I hope you enjoyed my derping around trying to figure out the village mechanics. Sometimes I don't like looking at videos. Sometimes I just look at them just to get an idea and then I take it away. But I like to see how things work. I mean, look at this. I've got more villagers than I know what to do with. I'm probably going to have to block up the view to the beds upstairs so that I don't get any more here. But yeah, this seems to have worked out really well. It's only been one day and look at the amount I have. Well, if you're not subscribed yet, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. Until next time, see ya.